Good morning, good news! You might actually be able to finally afford a house, and it's all thanks to greedy Airbnb owners getting totally screwed. The fact is, the short-term Airbnb market is undergoing a massive crash. Rentals are down as much as 50% in states like Tennessee, Arizona, and Texas. And unlike traditional hotels whose business model anticipates seasonal demand on low margins, most new Airbnbs were bought above asking price with the expectation that they would bring in enough revenue to cover the mortgage and create passive income with a fully paid off house at the end of the road. But instead what happened is Airbnb prices became more expensive than hotels while travel slowed down. And people realized that they would rather stay in clean, comfortable lodging managed 24/7 by paid employees than at some investment property with a bunch of weird house rules and a $200 cleaning fee. So now those Airbnbs don't bring in enough revenue to cover the mortgage and they're being forced to sell, which causes housing volume to go up and prices to go down, especially in oversaturated Airbnb markets like Phoenix and Houston. But that doesn't mean you can run out and buy a home just yet. Housing prices are still around an all-time peak and interest rates are continuing to rise, but the collapse of the Airbnb market is an incredibly good sign for the near future unless you own an Airbnb.
So I get it. A lot of people really want to get into an Airbnb, and some people think that there's a huge crash coming along. But you got to remember that there's people that are just, this is their second home. They're just a family that just wanted to have something for their kids, to have a place where they can go in the summer, sometimes in the winter. So they just, supporting that income would just cause them to lose that because of this crash. Again, the crash, I don't really believe it's going to happen because remember, there's such low interest rates at some of these homes. I get it, maybe at the peak, there are a few people that thought, hey, you know what, I could get there, I could cover the cost, I could cover everything, but now it's a lot slower. Yes, of course, with Airbnb, like they said, that there are times that there are plenty and there's a time of lean. So this summer was very busy, I made a lot of money. These next couple of months are going to be kind of slow, but then again, the winter comes, Christmas comes, a lot of people are going to go back. So I know how this metric works, so I've already seen it, I've done it, I save my money, I make sure I just have my cut my costs low, and I make enough money to cover the mortgage. Now, I do believe that people really want to get into a home. They really want to be able to, afford a house. I totally get that. But to burst your bubble is that some of these Airbnbs will just turn into long-term renters or even midterm renters, that they're just going to have another place for them to stay and they're not going to be able to have ownership of these homes. There are a lot of reasons why, it's happening in America where there's not enough houses being built, there's not enough starter homes, people aren't moving to starter homes, interest rates are huge and not, they don't want to go from a 2 or 3 to an 8 or 9. I get that. So there's a whole bunch of different obstacles of becoming a home owner in America right now. But to believe that there's a crash, no. I mean, some people are still use Airbnb. I've been booked a lot this month of August. I'm at 100%, 72%, and 55%. So hopefully things can get better, but I don't think Airbnb is going to crash anytime soon.